ceremonies. I've got introductions. The fire service in Fort Lauderdale has come a long way, dating back to 1912, so we're a year behind the city. You can only imagine, and I can only imagine, where we've come from since that time. Our fire stations is why we're here today for the ribbon ceremony. It's unbelievable. The station has caused a boost in morale because our folks live here. They live here 1/3 of their life. They eat, sleep, they do it all together here. Very, very important, and I think everybody can reflect or identify their personal lives. You are a reflection of what you drive, where you live, etc. And it's really a privilege for me to stand before you as a fire chief. The city has been so good to their firefighters. The talent in our organization is second to none. And it's really a reflection on taxpayers and their support, all the people behind the commission and their decision, and as well as the importance of who you put in office. The fire service had a lull there for a couple of years, but we are back on track, and this station is spectacular. You see that today when you go through the tour. At this point, and I'll come back and close out things, but at this point I'd like to introduce the district commissioner, Commissioner Rodstrom, who in my opinion has been one, the Venice of America. We're proud of our beaches. She was instrumental in supporting us on the expansion on the north end and has been a major supporter of our beaches and making sure that we've got the public safety that's necessary on the beach to protect our people. So with that in mind, Commissioner?
Thank you, and thank you everyone for coming, and welcome to your new home. I am delighted after 50-something years of living in this city and passing this old dilapidated fire station. I am proud to still be here in Fort Lauderdale and your district commissioner in this brand new home. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can see how it would be morale building. Reflections of good cities are people that have great public safety facilities, and this is definitely one of them. Our fire department and our police department both are state-of-the-art and first class. We are a first-class city, and we need to stay that way to compete in today's economic environment. And I believe we're doing that with our fire stations and with everyone else in our city department. I want to thank you very much for coming. I'm going to let the mayor, who is a much more eloquent speaker than I am, take over at this point. But thank you all for coming, and I'm just delighted to represent you all. Appreciate it.
Since the commissioner put the pressure on the mayor, I'll let him go.
All right, I'll jump ahead. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out, especially thank Commissioner Rodstrom. You know, this is a commission that we've been working pretty well together. Our philosophy has been to try to let the commissioners be, in essence, the leaders in each district. And I think we've done that, and Charlie, you've done a very good job taking a leadership role over here. I also want to welcome you all, but I want to thank you all. First of all, I want to thank the taxpayers, because this is your money, this is your fire station, this is your public safety. And without the taxpayers supporting this, we would never have a facility like this, we'd never have a department like we have, we wouldn't have a city like we have. So I want to thank the taxpayers, and I know we've got some representatives of them here, and certainly appreciate their commitment to the city of Fort Lauderdale. Second thing, I want to thank the fire department. I got to tell you something. I have been talking about this for a year and a half, but I think our public safety people are second to none. We've got the finest police and fire anywhere. They're well trained, they're well equipped, they've got tremendous, tremendous leadership. Chief, you've been doing a super job since you took over. We appreciate your leadership. Same thing with the police department. We really just have a team that believes in public safety. And I think when you're committed to public safety and you can provide the resources to the public safety personnel, we can combat crime, we can combat fires, we can combat the bad elements. And we're in probably the worst economic downturn since the 30s. And normally when that happens, when the economy goes bad, goes south, crime goes north. Well, here in Fort Lauderdale, we've been able to combat that. And it's because of the leadership of our two chiefs and also the men and women who put them on the line. These are nice accommodations, I got to tell you. Someone told me to put a city commission chamber on the 3rd floor. We got some very working, good people led by Allison. Allison, thank you. I see Ted here. I just saw David. Where's David? Right. David, thank you. Appreciate city staff also. We really have a mindset of serving the public, and if we're not doing that, then we're not doing it. I'm very excited about that. Let me just hit on couple highlights really about Fort Lauderdale. We run the largest and busiest fire rescue department in Broward County. Think about that. You always hear people talk about other cities, in the county. We run the largest and busiest fire rescue department. Last year, we had 41,000 incidences in the city of Fort Lauderdale, and we had 29,000 emergency medical rescues. Think of those numbers for a second, and you realize that we're just not serving 200,000 residents. We're serving a daytime population of close to 400,000 people here. You get the business people that come in to work downtown, you get the business people that come in to work at the hotels and all over. You get the influx of tourists. We have visitors from all over the world here. So our fire department doesn't have the luxury of just serving a city of a couple 100,000. We're double that now. The other thing is in 2004, who's here from the fire safety, the bond team? I know we got one there, and I appreciate you coming out. In 2004, the city, the voters made a decision to fund a first-class fire department, first-class fire facilities. And that was a $40 million bond issue, and I think we finally got that under control and moving in the right direction, and I'm very excited about that. This fire station was redesigned and streamlined. And I'm pleased to report this thing came in on time and $551,000 under budget. And that's a reflection of the people in this room that we can produce something in this day and age, $551,000 under budget. So again, thank you to those that contributed to that. Last, I want to talk about Mr. Canary here. I was just talking to him. Your dad spent 35 years at this station. He'd probably be shocked by what he saw here today. And it's great to see you come back. We thank you and your family for their sacrifice. I know having your father serve in that role, he wasn't always home at dinner time, he wasn't always around, but on behalf of the city of Fort Lauderdale, we thank your father and all firefighters for really the commitment they have to our community. We're going to do this again tomorrow. It's exciting to be rolling these out, but I'm extremely just encouraged and enthusiastic about the future of the city of Fort Lauderdale. And we keep talking about making this a better place to live, to work, to play, to raise a family. And when you can come online with facilities like this, on time, and under budget, we're making that happen here in the city. So thank you to all of you for coming out. God bless you. I think we just had two of our,
Absolutely.
let me just, Vice Mayor Rogers just came in and Commissioner DeVos, come on in, guys. We'll just walk on in. Charlotte doesn't want to get you over here on the district too often.
Jack. Cindy Hutchinson's out there. Cindy.
Let me recognize one other person too. Cindy, would you step in here? Cindy, step in. I just want to say, right now this commission has the good fortune of being here when all this is coming online. But we really got to reach out and say thank you to the past mayor and the past commissioners and those that have represented this city, because we get here for a period of time and then we move on. But this doesn't belong to this commission, this belongs to this city. And I think when you recognize the former commissioners who have served and the former commissioners who made sacrifices for us to be able to do this, we really need to just thank you. And on behalf of all the former commissioners, Mayor, we thank you.
Tomorrow we'll be at Station 3.
Allison.
Come on, you have to get in the picture.
Where's the other chief? The other chief? Your past chief?
Passed away.
Yeah, he passed away back in November.
All right. Do it on three?
Yeah, it's short.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
That's his name on
you look better
Sunlight,
back.
or we good?
No, you're better
it.
back there in the
There is
shade.
on your feet because